Wow, look at those pants. Heyo, Sports Center with Jay and Dan, brought to you by our friends at McDonald's. We're glad you're with us as we're going to recap the first full Sunday in the NFL season. No crowds.
No, and we're going to do it while attempting not to pass out because the temperature in the studio it's unfathomable. It's sauna-like.
Yeah, I should have worn Gold Bond. I didn't know it was a Gold Bond type of day.
Let's get to it. The Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams in the brand new $5 billion, $5 billion SoFi Stadium. Now, the Raiders Stadium costs like $2 billion. Contractors in L.A. charging some interesting prices. Rams open up their new home with a touchdown on the first drive. It's Malcolm Brown, who had 2 TDs. Rams using multiple backs after cutting Todd Gurley in the offseason. Gurley now with the Falcons. Second quarter, Dak Prescott to Zeke. Ezekiel Elliott also 2 touchdowns on the day. Ezekiel Elliott. Third quarter, Jared Goff to Robert Woods. Hey, Rams, nice new uniforms. When you gonna finish them? Let us know. LA up 6. Dallas missed some opportunities in the fourth. Going for it on 4th and 3 in the red zone. Down 3. CeeDee Lamb tackled short of the first down. Could have kicked a tying field goal. Instead, it's a turnover on downs. And obviously, Mike McCarthy making his Cowboys head coaching debut would be asked about that afterward. After the Cowboys force a punt, 3rd and 10. Prescott for Michael Gallup appears to beat Jalen Ramsey into field goal range. Hold on, Gallup called for offensive pass interference. Great sell job by Ramsey, the owner of a new $105 million contract extension, as the Rams open their new home with a win over them Cowboys.
Bucks and Saints, so that means Tom Brady making his Tampa Bay debut facing Drew Brees in New Orleans. You know, this is the first matchup between 40-year-old starting quarterbacks in NFL history? Brady's first drive as a Buccaneer. Play action. Drops it in for Chris Godwin. 29-yard pickup for Tampa Bay. Same drive, Bucks on the 2-yard line. Brady does it himself. Brady becomes the oldest player ever to score a touchdown in the NFL. That's interesting. Buccaneers up 7-0. So he's 43, by the way. Second quarter, Brady and receiver Mike Evans reading from a different playbook. And Brady picked off by Marcus Williams. Led to a Saints touchdown. Bucks down 10 at the half. Third quarter, more Tommy trouble. That's right, Troy. A couple plays later, Brady picked off by Janoris Jenkins. Jenkins takes it for the pick 6. Brady's 3rd straight game throwing a pick 6. The first player to do that since 2013. Saints up 24-7. Fourth quarter, Saints lead cut to 7. 41-year-old Breeze. Deep ball for Jared Cook. 46-yard catch. Put New Orleans in the red zone. A few plays later, Breeze spots off-season pickup Emmanuel Sanders. Face mask, fought it off. End zone, Breeze, second touchdown pass of the day. Breeze and the Saints ruined Brady's debut at the Bucks. Brady not impressed with himself at all. Either is his coach.
I made some just bad, terrible turnovers, and it's hard to win turning the ball over like that. So that's I obviously got to do a lot better job.
One was a miscommunication between he and Mike, and he thought Mike was going down the middle. It's a different coverage. Mike read it right, and he should have bent across his face, but Tom just overthrew it. And the other one was it was a screen pass with an outlet called, and he threw the outlet, and it was a pick 6. Bad decision.
Okay, strong words from Bruce Arians. Brady's former team, the Patriots, hosting Miami. Yes, Cam Newton, the first quarterback not drafted by New England to start for them since 1993. Second quarter, Newton's going to call his own number and run it in for his first touchdown as a Patriot making plays with his legs. This is something that Tom Brady did not specialize in. And Robert Kraft, he likes what he sees. His son sitting a little too close.
He's going to run it.
Not social distance. Third quarter. The 2015 MVP, second rushing touchdown of the day, takes a big hit at the end of that play there. First quarterback in Patriots history with multiple rushing touchdowns in a season opener. But after the Pats lead with cut to 3, 4th and 1, Newton, that's me, bulldozes his way for a first down, and the Pats would punch it in on the next play. Newton, 75 yards on the ground, most by a Patriots quarterback in more than 40 years. They kneel out the clock, and then Newton gets into it with a few Dolphins players. And then eventually grabbed his hamstring. After that game, he said he was feeling good, and he was looking good too. And the Patriots, the old Patriots got the victory.
Football in Washington continuing the 2020 theme of anything and everything will happen this year. The team dropped their offensive nickname, becoming the Washington football team. They made Jason Wright the first black team president in league history, and they hired a new head coach, Ron Rivera, trying to fix a team that went 3-13 last year. And Riverboat Ron having to do it while dealing with skin cancer. Rivera had his first chemotherapy treatment this past week, which forced him to miss practice. And on Sunday, he was on the Washington sidelines for the first time. It was the Eagles, Washington. Dwayne Haskins making his first career Week 1 start. The Eagles looking to beat Washington for the 7th straight time. They sound a little different when they enter the field. It's supposed to be crickets, but it does sound like the Psycho.
It sounds like Psycho. It sounds like someone's coming out of a shower. Or going into the shower with a knife.
Carson Wentz to Dallas Goedert. 34-yard connection. Wentz hasn't lost to Washington since 2016, up 10 at the half. Washington hasn't won a home opener since 2014. At the half, Ron Rivera had an IV treatment as part of his cancer treatment, so Dwayne Haskins took the lead, pumping up the squad in the locker room. Third quarter, Peyton Barber rushes it in, deficit cut to 3. Washington all over Wentz, sacked on 4th down. Washington defensive line combined for 8 total sacks. Eagles led by 3, heading to the 4th, where Haskins tells his D, guys, got this. I got this. 2nd and goal. Haskins hands off to Barber. And a touchdown. Washington comes back from 17 down to win. They beat Philly for the first time since 2016 as Ron Rivera wins in his Washington coaching debut.
Check out the Packers and Vikings in a sign of unity. The Vikings honored the family of George Floyd. And in recognition of voices silenced by racial injustice, the Galler horn was silenced at kickoff for the first time since it was introduced back in 2007. And during the anthem, some Vikings players were kneeling. The Packers were in the locker room and came out onto the field after the anthem was finished. Aaron Rodgers was not thrilled in the offseason because the Packers drafted a quarterback in the first round, surprising many. Did he send a message to his own team on Sunday? In the second, he finds Davante Adams, maybe his favorite target right now. 40th career Rodgers to Adams TD connection. It's 15-7 for the Pack. Ensuing Vikes possession, Kirk Cousins picked off by Jair Alexander. Earlier in the game, Alexander sacked Cousins for a safety.
It's Jair Alexander.
So Cousins, who doesn't feel you need to wear a mask, not doing well on Sunday. Dying seconds of the quarter. Rodgers to Marquez Valdez-Scantling. That's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Aaron Rodgers, 2 TD passes in 25 seconds. Drafted quarterback in the first round. There's Davante Adams. 2nd TD to Adams on the day. Rodgers is now 7th all-time on the career passing touchdowns list. He passed Eli Manning. And then in the 4th, he finds Allen Lazard. Begins his 13th NFL season with 4 touchdown passes in a massive divisional victory. And you may have heard about Ezekiel Elliott's new Feed Me tattoo, which made its national TV debut on Sunday. I heard about it all right. I heard about it because I lived it. That's right. This was me during our years in Los Angeles. I briefly dated Kat Von D, and let's just say she convinced me this would be a good idea. TSN insisted I remove it when I rejoined the network, and for that, I thank them. That leads us, of course, to the Eastern Conference Final in the National Hockey League. Perfect segue. Braden Point back in the lineup for the Bolts. The Bolts trying to go up 3-1 on the Isles. Brock Nelson has other ideas. Look at this individual effort. Rips it home. Josh Bailey gets an assist. He has 20 points. First Islander with 20 points in a playoff run since Ray Ferraro back in '93. Ferraro's career ended up pretty short-lived after that. That's not true, but it's fun to say because Ray is a good friend of SportsCenter with Jane Dan. Brought to you by McDonald's. Oh, Blake Coleman in tight to tie it, and then 12 seconds later. Okay, Andre Palat with his 8th. So the Bolts are up after 40 minutes. Third period. Nikita Kucherov to Palat to Point, and he's got the Bolts up by 2. Point and Kucherov each had a pair of points in this one, so they are in a 3-way tie with Nate McKinnon for the playoff scoring lead. But later, Point squeezed into the boards by Adam Pelech, and he goes down in what looks to be serious discomfort. In fact, he was still in a lot of pain back on the bench, did not play another shift. So that's bad news for the Bolts. The good news is they're 1 win away from the Stanley Cup final.
Not sure if you saw it Friday night, but the Clippers had a chance to close out the Nuggets when Kawhi sunk a shot to put the Clippers up 14, which led to a tweet from a friend that read, Kawhi slapping his chest. Yeah, it's over, Nuggets. But it wasn't over. The Nuggets came back and won, proving Kawhi still needs help. Sunday, the Clippers with another chance to close it out. Game 6. Denver trying to force a Game 7 for a 4th straight series. Third quarter, Canadian. Jamal Murray drives, rejected by Paul George, takes a shot before hitting the floor hard. He stays down, play continues, and George pulls up and connects from deep while Murray writhes in pain. He stayed in the game. Well, he's standing now. Clippers up 16. Denver's come back from similar deficits these playoffs, still in the third. Nikola Jokic draws contact and then just throws it towards the basket, and oh, it went in. Kitchener, Ontario's Jamal Murray drives, absorbs contact, lays it in, plus the harm, part of a 15-0 run to get Denver back in it. Under a minute to play third quarter. Murray gets rid of George. Two-handed finish. Denver down 2 going to the 4th. And Murray, it's very visible. He's struggling between quarters. After Denver took the lead, Jokic extends the lead to 7, hits from deep. Joker finished with 34 points, 14 boards, 7 assists. Murray drives in midair, adjusts, layup goes. Canadian finished with 21, just over 2 minutes to play. Jokic with the dagger. Another Denver comeback as LA now 0-7 all-time and chance to advance to the quarterfinals as Denver forces another Game 7.
Now, we have so much more to get to in sports on Sunday. We're going to show you Alec Mills making his 15th career start for the Cubs. Why would we do that? Why would we do this now? Was producer Tim lost his mind? Yes, but Avisaíl Garcia grounds to short, takes a hop on Javi Baez. He recovers in time to get the out. What's going on here is that Mills had a no-hitter intact against Milwaukee through 6 innings. Bottom of the 9th, Mills is still rolling. Alec Mills, 3 outs away from his first career no-hitter. Jacob Nottingham
makes the catch. 1-2 on Tyrone Taylor.
Easily caught.
The pitch.
Next batter, Tyrone Taylor. Mills gets him swinging. The 28-year-old, 1 out away from history.
Up the middle. Baez has it. It's a no-hitter.
Alec Mills,
No-hitter.
15th career start, 16th no-hitter in Cubs franchise history, and second in the major leagues this season. Still to come, Joe Burrow, #1 overall pick, did not disappoint in his Cincinnati Bengals debut, but did he get the victory? That's next. You're watching Jay and Dan, brought to you by McDonald's on TSN, Canada Sports Leading. A.J. Green has a new quarterback, #1 overall pick, Joe Burrow. And this is what Green had to say about Burrow's performance on Sunday. It's unbelievable. That guy don't flinch. The way that he handled himself on that last drive was unbelievable. We have a special one in Joe. Wow. That is effusive praise by one of the best receivers in football. I assume that means since he got the victory in Burrow's debut, but it is Cincinnati, so we better check just to make sure. It's always good to check. Jump into the fourth quarter. Bengals down 3. Burrow's marching him downfield, finds Tyler Boyd over the middle. 3rd and 8 keeps the drive alive. 5 plays later, Giovanni Bernard taking it down to the 3. Hard hit there. Burrow 8 for 10 on that drive to that point. 12 seconds left. Burrow to the aforementioned A.J. Green for the lead. But Green's called for offensive pass interference. And so instead, since he's going to go to try to kick that field goal for the tie.
It's a 31-yard field goal try by Bullock to tie it. Oh, he missed! He missed! Oh, and he may have pulled a hamstring or a muscle, and there is complete elation of he pulled a calf muscle, it looked like.
Yeah, I guess we kind of give it away with that week 1 disaster graphic. But anyway, the Chargers beat the Bengals. Burrow was good, though. Very good.
This one has a wacky finish as well. Bears and Lions. Chicago's won the last 4 meetings between the 2 NFC North rivals. Second quarter, Lions linebacker Jamie Collins bumps the ref with his helmet. Collins ejected. The first ejection of the 2020 NFL season. Late fourth quarter, Detroit up 10. Mitch Trubisky finds Anthony Miller. This might be the catch of the day. One-handed grab. Chicago scored a few plays later to cut the deficit to 3. After Matthew Stafford got picked off, Bears get it back. And Trubisky to Miller. Hauls it in, 27-yard touchdown reception. Trubisky's 3rd touchdown pass of the quarter. The Bears have a 4-point lead. The Lions had a chance to come back and win it. 11 seconds to go. Stafford to rookie DeAndre Swift. And the Lions actually pulled it out. Oh, no. Dropped it. Swift. Bears 21 unanswered points in the 4th. Lions blow 7 fourth-quarter leads last season. They blow another one in their 2020 season opener. Oh, man, starting the season that way can't be fun. I am not turning my back to the camera because it might look like I wet myself. I'm sweating.
It's so hot in here. What are they trying to do to us? Is this their way of saying they want us to do the show outside?
That would be fun.
At this point, I would be happy to do that.
That was my favorite part of school when they said the odd time, class is outside today.
That was every day in your school, wasn't it?
Yeah, we didn't do a lot of learning.
Now, the Houston Rockets switching to the NBA. They'll have a new head coach next season. Mike D'Antoni informed the team he's leaving, and he's looking for another job. He's been talked about for about 1 million of them. According to ESPN, he'll be considered among a group of candidates for the 76ers coaching opening. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's what the Sixers need. Maybe?
He was 217 and 102 as Rockets coach.
It's weird that he would want to. They're just, like James Harden said, they're one piece away. That's what he thinks.
Okay. And
not sure what that piece is, but
getting rid of one piece to replace it with another piece, maybe that's what they need.
On to Tecumpo. There's your piece.
Still to come. Looking to solidify their playoff positioning, the Jays turn to their ace in the series finale against the Mets. Highlights next. Mets, Jays from beautiful Buffalo. First inning, J.D. Davis lines it to left center. Lourdes Gurriel. Oh, diving catch. And the first pitch he sees when he's standing at the dish, he crushes his 7th home run of the season. This left the stadium, 447 feet, 3rd longest home run of his career. Gurriel's first hit of the series, 2-run shot. He went 1 for 3. 8th inning, Jays up big. Jonathan Villar. Full extension. Jays win 7-3. Yunjin Ryu, 6-inning pitch, 7 Ks, moves to 4-1 as the Jays 6 games over 500 now.
I like that. Well, Montreal wins both of their matches against Vancouver. They could pass Toronto FC and reach the Canadian Championship final. And it was Montreal and Vancouver facing each other on Sunday. 44th, tied at 1. Thomas Assal makes contact with Ramel Kyoto. That's a penalty. Before the kick, Kyoto and Safir Taider arguing who should take the penalty. Taider wins, makes no mistake. Montreal's up 2-1 at the half. Later, Lucas Cavallini, already 1 yellow, kicks Clint Diop right in the hand. That's the 2nd yellow of the game, and he gets sent off. But before he left, Cavallini and Luis Binks exchanging words.
Binks wants no part of that.
No, Binks does not want any part of that, indeed. Montreal gets the victory, though. And with that, any win on Wednesday advances them right to the final.
Everything was happening on Sunday, as we're just now getting to Brooke Henderson, the pride of Smith Falls, Ontario, into the final round of the 2nd major of the season, tied for the lead. Henderson, who just turned 23 on Thursday, looking to win for the 10th time on tour. And this one, well, it needed extra golf. It's the final round of the ANA Inspiration. Henderson in search of her 2nd career major championship, leading by 1, in trouble on 13. Her 3rd from the shag carpet. Ooh, bunker. Led to a double bogey, moving her 1 back on 16. This to get to 14 under. And is the side door open? Yep. 1 off the lead. Henderson on the final hole, needing a birdie to get into a 3-way playoff. Her 2nd is long, ends up settling underneath an artificial wall. Her sister, that's her caddy, going to work finding it. She gets a free drop from there, though. Needs to put her 3rd close to force her way into a tie, and this ball runs. Great touch from Henderson. She converted the birdie, and they're headed back to 18 for a sudden death playoff.
What a time to do that.
Henderson won the only other playoff she's been in. That was in 2016. Going for the green in 2 again. This time, it's short. Is it gonna come? It stays in the rough after her chip rolled long, left with a birdie attempt. No.
Where have the misses been late?
Miriam Lee with a putt to win. The 94th ranked player in the world sinks it to pick up her first victory in 3 years. Celebrates by taking the traditional plunge. Oh, the caddy did a belly flop. Henderson settles for 2nd.
She did great. Not sure if you noticed, but Jacksonville pretty much overhauled their entire roster. Their star defensive end, Yannick Ngakoue, wanted out so bad, he took a $5 million pay cut to play in Minnesota. But you know who's still around? That's right, Gardner Minshew. And he was playing against Phillip Rivers, who was making in his Indianapolis Colts debut after spending 16 seasons with the Chargers. I had completely forgotten Phillip Rivers was with the Colts, I got to be honest with you. Put 7 points up on his opening drive. Trouble in the 2nd quarter, picked off by rookie C.J. Henderson. Rivers, 20 picks last season, 3rd most in the league. Led to a Jacksonville touchdown. Then Indy's 2nd-round pick, Jonathan Taylor. 36 yards down to the 1.
Star of home improvement.
That's right. Jonathan Taylor, star of home improvement. Where is he now? Well, he's playing for the Colts, apparently. Tied the 4th. Okay, we're tied the 4th. Here's Minshew. 18 of 19 through the air to that point. This is beautiful to a wide-open Keelan Cole. Can we cut to a cool Minshew reaction shot? Ah, thanks. Awesome. Rivers back on the field under 5 to play, down 4. And Rivers picked again. 1 TD, 2 picks in his Colts debut. He gets the loss. Minshew, 19 of 20 passes, a completion percentage of 95%. 4th best at a game in league history. Jags, baby, here they come.
And the first Sunday of the NFL season is in the books. It was a busy day with plenty of highlights and storylines, but for the stuff you may have missed, it's time to take a deeper dive.
This is a segment we introduced last year, and it has been huge.
Cam Newton looked good in his Pats debut, as he looked even better before kickoff. Newton arrived at Gillette Stadium in bright yellow from head to toe. Newton's known for his forward-thinking fashion, and he did not disappoint with his new look. And he also had a lock on the hat.
And he was a lock on the field. 15 rushes, most ever by Patriots QB in a game. You knew that he was going to break that record in, well, the first game. Everyone remembers Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott's pregame ritual from last season. The old hip swivel. Well, thankfully for us, it happened again before the Sunday Nighter. So expect a ton of memes, or as Jim Nantz likes to call them, memes.
That's all that TikTok is, essentially, right there, that hip swivel.
Just hip swiveling.
Essentially. In the second quarter of Niners Cards, Trent Williams just runs over Jordan Hicks. Hicks got up, wasn't injured on the play. Williams sat out last year as he negotiated his contract with Washington, then traded to San Francisco. He had quite a bit of pent-up energy, I believe.
I like that move from John Lynch, our good buddy, 7-time Pro Bowler Williams. They gave up a couple of late draft picks for him. Great move. Jamal Adams had a bit of fun talking about the difference in the Jets and Seahawks offenses. Of course, Adams came over to Seattle from the Jets. Led the team with 12 tackles and notched a sack against Atlanta.
I'm not used to it, you know. It's exciting. You know, it's exciting to know when we do come off the field, we can, you know, definitely, you know, make our adjustments, catch a breather.
Hound Dog, our stats guy, massive Seahawks fan, very impressed with Jamal Adams in his Seahawks debut. Very impressed.
If they play at night during the show, he takes the show off.
Yeah.
Which, again, I would watch it and get paid for watching it at work.
I would do that, too. Yeah. Why would you ever, if you wanted to watch a big game, that's all we do here. We literally watch games.
That's right. Hound Dog saying he gets paid to watch it at home. Oh, vacation day.
Oh, he takes a vacation day. But would you want to take a vacation day to go to Seattle and watch a game?
Can't do that right now.
That's true, you can't. But you could fly there, but then you'd have to quarantine 14. Yeah. Anyway, here we go. Dan, we got the Monday Night Football doubleheader, right? You have the new Monday night broadcast team, including our good friend Steve Levy is the new Monday night play-by-play guy. Huh. Yeah. And so he'll be calling that Steelers-Giants game. And then that Titans-Broncos game, I imagine you'd have, I don't know, Chris Berman and a couple of their former quarterbacks. Tennessee with Jadeveon Clowney. They just signed him last week. But when we come back, it's a jammed edition of the Jannies.
Okay, I think we can get off the beach for the Jannies any day now. Yanni Gord. Flip pass to Blake Coleman. And scores, passing Varlamov. Nice deke. At the hands of a seamstress.
Nick Castellanos, blinder to left center. Harrison Bader. Good grab. Junior, one of the finest young players in the game, fooled by the Johnny Cueto pitch and the bat.
That's the first.
Who's going to get to that one? Nobody. There's no one there.
They won't have to barter to get that one back.
So that bat will be there.
One of the Giants
next
guys
season.
is going to get it.
Fans get back into the stands.
Gives you an idea how loose they.
Saints. The little short kick up. Two Buccaneers players both going for it. They New Orleans recovers the loose ball. They're both. I got it. Hey. Bucks lose their opener with Tom at the helm. Lamar Jackson throwing end zone. Mark Andrews. Oh, one-handed grab. Very nice catch. Looks like it was sunny everywhere across North America.
Well, this is an amazing story on the PGA Tour. 47-year-old Stuart Sink shoots a 7 under 65 in the final round of the Safeway Open to win it, his first PGA Tour win in 11 years, and does it with his son Regan as his caddy. I mean, that's because his son's going to get a little bit of that money.
Yeah, it should be like around 10% usually, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Unless you're, what's his name? Matt Kuchar.
Yeah, Matt Kuchar. Doesn't believe in that rule. Worst play of the day. Lions driving for the go-ahead touchdown. When this happens.
Three-man rush for Chicago. Stafford loads, he throws. Yes! Oh, he dropped it! Oh, no! DeAndre Swift dropped it. It was a touchdown in his hands. Oh, my gosh. Oh, no!
Oh, man, being a Lions fan must suck. Highlight of the night, Phillies Marlins.
A lot of levels.
Look like Brian Anderson here in the hot corner.
Third hits the bag. That's a fair ball.
What
Anderson
a
zips it over to first. Wow, what a play. That is a heck of a play if it stands. Even
and
if it
the
doesn't
reaction
stand, it was an
from his pitcher is
outstanding
great. What?
Was he able to get all that on it?
That was awesome.
Those Marlins jerseys are awesome.
Hey, Dan, it's time for our popular You Blew It segment. Number one, TSN. You got to do something about the heat in here. We are dying. We're like Patrick Ewing in the NBA Finals. During the LPGA highlights, you said that Brooke Henderson's ball stayed in the rough. It was in the fairway. And I said Steve Levy was calling the first game of our Monday Night Football doubleheader on Monday night here on TSN. He's calling the second game. Chris Fowler calling the first game after calling the U.S. Open men's final on Sunday. Very busy, Fowler.
Yeah, you better get there because, yeah, that game's Monday.
That's right.
That was my favorite part of school when they said the odd time, class is outside today.
That was every day in your school, wasn't it?
We didn't do a lot of learning.